Philly, Joe and Kirby podcast.
This is the Philly, Joe and Kirby podcast.
Good morning, 92.1 City, Winnipeg's rock station, Beastie Boys. Kicking off the show, Philly, Joe and Kirby, 6:10 on another frigid morning as the deep freeze continues.
Yeah, it looks like this weekend coming up, we'll hit highs of about -4 to -1. So it'll ease up a bit on Thursday, but Friday you'll really feel the difference.
Thank God.
Yeah, it's been probably the biggest block of ice we've been through so far this winter.
Been, nasty cold snap. I think we'll all be happy. Even though I will complain every now and then about sloppy, mild weather, I just can't now. This cold snap has to end, and I'm glad to hear that there is reprieve coming later on this week. It's a busy show. There is just lots to get to this morning. But we got, how's this for starting the morning off, starting the week on what is a short work week for a lot of people, starting things off with a event announcement.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this whole weekend coming. This will warm people up because it's about July. So the Great Outdoors Comedy Festival is coming back this year after a very successful run last year. Kirby is big on Bert Kreischer, the Friday night, July 18th. Am I not correct? Because who does he do his podcast with? He was here last year.
Segura, yeah.
And you went to see Segura. But Friday night, July 18th, Bert Kreischer's here with Whitney Cummings and your favorite, Miss Pat.
Yeah, we've had the chance to interview her on the show. Yeah, she's fantastic.
Saturday already has John Mulaney and Jim Gaffigan, and then Sunday night is the feature act is Theo Vaughn, all at Assiniboine Park. But how about this? Saturday afternoon, July 19th, the Trailer Park Boys featuring Bubbles and the Shit Rockers with Jeremy Piven, the actor.
Jeez.
Wow, man. This lineup for the Great Outdoors Comedy Show just gets better and better.
So if you want to just do the Saturday afternoon thing, this is fantastic. This is exactly for you. And if you're a big fan of the Trailer Park Boys and you get some live entertainment and Jeremy Piven coming to town, tickets are going to go on sale Friday, okay? 10 a.m. at greatoutdoorscomedyfestival.com. So their own website, and the pre-sale will run Thursday at 10 a.m. till 10 p.m., and it's Go CF City. So GOCF, obviously, for Great Outdoors Comedy Festival, CITI.
And we'll get that out there a few times as we roll along this week.
We're going to give away tickets this morning, though, right? For over and under?
7:20 with our new favorite game, PJK's over under 7:20, so a little over an hour. Yes, you are correct, Joe.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah, that weekend I have a cousin coming from Alberta to go to one of those shows.
Is that in the announcement? I don't. It is at the bottom. Cousin coming in too. That's you didn't get that part on the announcement.
I'm
Joe.
sorry, I dropped the ball.
I want the 3-day pack.
Well, when are they coming in on the weekend? If they come in Friday, you want the three-day pack.
Well, I don't care about them. I want to go to all the shows. Because honestly, I think I would have FOMO at any of those.
Yeah, no doubt.
Any of those lineups of evenings.
Wait till your cousin just heard that comment. I don't care about them. But you did mention they were coming in. No, you're right, Curbs. It's going to be an all-star weekend.
Yeah.
And now the new edition of that Saturday afternoon show.
Big. And you know what else is big? Like, that's what today, there's just so much going on. You know what's back, you guys?
Yeah. You know what? You were gone Friday?
So you guys...
We were talking about it on Friday that, to be honest, the big announcement we made on Friday was, thank God Phil's back Tuesday. For who the hell is that?
Yeah.
Kirby did a great job. But, hey, listen, I'll tell you right now real quick. What happened at this time with the bone phone coming up, Phil?
Yeah.
You're going to love this. Kirby sat there for half a second. I don't know why the phone calls aren't working. And here's the best part.
This is live, by the way. Yeah.
Live. Riley, our engineer, was actually in the building at that time.
Good, yeah.
But here's the best part. He walks in, and I sit here out of nowhere, in the peanut gallery, and I go, listen, maybe the volume's down on the computer. And they both look at me like, what am I? Just chirping away. And Riley looks back and goes, Joe's right. I figured it out.
Joe to the rescue. I love
Wow.
it. Who the hell is that? Coming up with 6:30 and 8:30. It starts today. So, man, lots going on. Don't go anywhere.
Philly, Joe, Kirby.
Philly, Joe and Kirby
Podcast.
The Philly, Joe and Kirby podcast.
Hey, how's it going? Classic Rock Sunday is wicked. You guys are good in the morning. It's too bad I didn't win a trip to Nashville because my birthday was May 20th. Oh, well. Maybe next time. Cheers! Yeah!
Okay. Just good in the morning. We got to hopefully get the very good. Because when I remember in school, it was you could get a satisfactory, a good, a very good, or an excellent. And I don't just want good with this guy. I want very good at least.
Well, here's some better news for you then. How we got measured on Yelp. That's usually for restaurants in that, Phil. We got a 4.7
Okay.
rating so far. Yelp.
Yelp.
That's good.
We're good.
Yelp.
Do you leave Yelp reviews?
Well, just for the show. That's how we got up to a 4.7.
Every day after the show, he's hammering away.
Great show. Great show today, PJK.
If you do want to leave a review, though, you can on our podcast. That would be fantastic.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, you're right, Curbs. Good call.
Good stuff.
Hey, speaking of concerts and tours to Nashville there, we've got the big one coming up, Black Sabbath. We were hearing the other day.
Yeah.
We asked about it.
We did.
For Iron Mike, and Iron Mike has delivered. He says he's working on the moving parts right now, but it looks like he's procured tickets for that big show. And Kirby, you just mentioned to us off the air that there's been some more acts added.
Yeah, Guns N' Roses and Tool.
Wow. It just gets bigger every day.
It is incredible.
Good on Iron Mike. You know, he had to convince those monkey mucks up top with the briefcases and the suits to give us a trip to giveaway.
He's this close to probably being the one to help Ozzy get on the stage that night. Like, wow, like it's going to be interesting.
Okay, Scuba Steve.
Hey, PJK, Scuba Steve here again. Joe, you were talking about diamond lanes yesterday. What a fad that was. How come we don't see any more enforcement? Also, what is it with the city and turning lanes and the arrow to go out of your turning lane is not long enough to clear the lane?
Oh, drive me crazy.
What's up with that? Come on, city. Get your heads out of your, you know what. Go, Jets, go!
Yeah, those short turning arrows are
Yeah.
frustrating. I got you, Scuba Steve. Yeah, definitely. And especially during rush hour. It's like, how many vehicles do you think we're going to get through on that arrow? There's got to be. It's got to be a little longer.
It's always seems to be on the streets where they're already into the other lane. There's not enough room anymore on the turning lane.
that's
Oh,
the
good.
worst.
Good. We got 3 cars through.
Very true.
Woo.
Stop signs versus yield signs.
Some of y'all out here driving around and you never learn the intricate details behind a yield sign. If there's no traffic, yeah, slow down, but you don't gotta stop. That's a stop sign. They're different. They look different. One says stop. The other is just an inverted red triangle. So, like, why are you stopping when you don't have to stop?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's a frustration shared by many. The yield versus the actual stop sign, merging, the whole 9 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I get a bit panicked in those situations where, because we've had so many calls with people complaining about stopping, that I'll just ease up on the gas just a little bit and kind of slowly make my way in, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you're part of the problem is what you're saying, Kirby.
Well, I've learned.
Okay, good. Keep
I've
learning.
learned. Yes.
All right.
We got to get you a bus pass. Less anxiety.
Remember last week?
No, that would be more anxiety because then I
Why?
would have to figure out
You
what
don't
time I'd
have
have
to
to
worry.
leave at, and I'm already late to things.
Yeah.
You don't
there-
have to worry about easing up on the gas through a yield.
There would be a transfer involved, too, coming
Yeah.
from St. Pete
I'd have to leave
to
so early.
Scurfield. Yeah.
Yeah.
Standing at City Hall waiting for your next bus to come.
It's not air miles. You're not flying from Winnipeg to Regina to get to Toronto. Like you're just going from, St. Boniface to Scurfield.
That would be a long bus ride.
Yeah, two.
I will. Two buses. Yeah, for sure. Okay, let's wrap with old Eddie. And I think you two, Kirby, were supposed to hook up on the weekend, something like
Well,
that.
let's not.
Okay.
Okay.
I have been waiting for the Roto-Rooter all afternoon, so
Oh, that sucks.
didn't get to the bar.
Oh,
So I'll make it to St. James Legion on Tuesday morning.
Okay.
It's a
I'll be
different
there
one.
at 9.
No, one night.
Okie doke.
okay.
Have a good day.
So We didn't get to Wilton, that Legion, on Saturday because of the Roto-Rooter. That's a big problem.
Well,
you don't want to see that bill for anybody on a Saturday. But
Eddie.
you weren't going to be able to make it anyway, Kirby, so that probably made old Eddie feel good. But St. James Legion, you're not off the air till 10. He'll be there.
He'll be a couple of OV deep by the time
I'll tell
you
you
get
what,
there.
you're probably in for a good lunch, though, at the Legion. I'm telling you, man, they've got great home cooking on a cold day like
What's the
today.
soup special? Because that's going to be the make or break.
Probably French onion, a Salisbury steak, something like that.
I might be there for old Eddie today.
The Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
Congratulations, Joe Aiello, the head coach of Team Smoke, who beat the Heat, the team I coached, on Saturday at Canada Life Center. What was the final score?
7-4.
7-4.
In a pretty good hockey game, I thought, overall.
Guns and hoses. The Firefighters beat WPS. You guys went up early. I think, it was kind of surprising that it caught everybody off guard. Caught me off guard. I wasn't sure what the hell to do. Call a timeout. I'm yelling at the guys because you guys went up early.
3-1 after one, and then we scored 2 late goals in the second period with just under a minute left, and it was 6-1 after 2.
Oh.
And listen, we just weren't going to make a lot of mistakes going in the third, and your team came roaring back. They did. They owned most of the third period. But I'll tell you what the highlight was.
Just before you go on, can I just say I know what you're going to say the highlight was, but I just kept telling my bench, the fellas, we just got to get one here. Let's get 2.
You did.
Let's get 2 before the 10-minute mark. They'll start squeezing their sticks, and the comeback is on. It just fell a little short. What a fun game, though. The quality of hockey in that game, wow.
I'm going to say this before we get to really what the highlight was. But I will say this, honestly, because we're getting people on the Boston Pizza text line saying what a great time they had there. There was all kinds of great minor hockey kids, as you mentioned, Phil. A lot of them you happen to know from Transcona. But listen, we both know a lot of people on both sides of the puck there on Saturday. But I said this at the rink, and I'm going to say it again. These people put their lives on risk every day for us to be safe, and yet they got together, had a well-thought-out hockey game on a Saturday afternoon, and raised a lot of money for 3 charities, actually. Project 11 with the True North Sports and Entertainment people, their foundation, for Never Alone Cancer Foundation, and Manitoba Special Olympics.
Yeah.
Those people are what make this city tick and what make it good. So kudos to any one of those people in uniform that had a part to do with that event, and we were so happy to be a part of it. But boy, you want to put the cherry on top of that? Here she is.
The girl in the stands. Curbs.
Oh, my God.
No, listen.
You were excellent.
Being sarcastic a little bit, but it's the first time you've ever done that, right? Like,
It was excellent, Curbs.
Yes. That is it's a good thing I didn't jump on the treadmill that morning because I definitely got my 10,000 steps in. I have never rushed around Canada Life Center so fast in my entire life. And it goes so quickly. Honestly, I wish I could have watched more of the game. But when you're being told, okay, you got to get to section, this section and give away this. And okay, after this, you got to do this. And it's like, now you got to go interview Mayor Scott Gillingham. And
It was great.
then I had to make it down to the benches, which was really cool, going like underneath the tunnels, basically, of Canada Life Center to make it out to the benches to interview you guys. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I mean, just so many people coming up and saying hello, and yeah, it was a good time.
Next year will be even bigger.
I would say if you weren't there, and if you have it's
$10.
it's a good family event.
Oh, absolutely. They had all of the all of the mascots out, with the fire dog and the police mascot, and they had Mickey Mouse out.
I will say this too: the people at True North giving up the building that day, and they were on full alert. Like they had their staffing done and everything else. Like this was as if it was a Moose or a Jets production.
Yeah,
like it was great. The clock was going, and
tachos were flying off
yeah.
the shelves.
I'll tell you right now,
Stop it.
that's the one thing I missed out on.
Joe,
I got to do a better job of making sure my guys are fed next year.
This is where I think Phil could have okay, Phil, you did great. Your team did fantastic, but I think you were a little distracted by the thought of tachos.
the smell of them.
And
I could smell. And
okay.
there was a family behind me throwing chocolate bars at our team.
I'll tell you right now, I ended up getting one. That's how good these people were.
I think that family was from Cruise Creations. Yes, that were
Okay.
doing the logoing.
Yes.
Fantastic. But Joe really put in the work. Not only did he have one hell of a team speech
He did.
in the locker room, he had gone out and had lunch at the fire hall with some of the guys.
Yep.
Like he really, I think, took on the role of coach.
That
you
wasn't
know?
work. That was a free invite for burgers at a fire hall. Who's not going?
You got to know your team, though.
I
They
did.
got to know your team. And yeah, for next year, if you have a youth sports team,
Yeah.
bring them all out. They were everywhere and they had so much fun.
Yeah.
You're right, Joe, going to be bigger and better next year.
And the big winners were the charities. So
Yep.
awesome.
This is the Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
And now, from the people who brought you the lock of the week, it's over under. Lock it up. Don't roll your eyes, Kirby, okay?
Hell is this?
Do you know how long that intro took our production team to put together?
Well, it sounds like it had to be dusted off.
Dust it off. I
very-
worked hard at that.
I'll tell you
Very
right now.
retro sounding.
We have to save money where we can. Okay?
Here we go for the newest edition of the Great Outdoors Comedy Festival, July 19th in the afternoon. Trailer Park Boys, along with Jeremy Piven. This is going to be awesome.
I love the fact that Bubbles' band is playing with
Yeah.
Piven. That's so good.
Yep.
Listen, this game just started a few weeks ago. It's our version, PJK's Over Under. We have a topic, and today it's one of the longest running shows in TV history, SNL, who had their 50th anniversary program last night. And this is the deal. For Over Under, if you've never played that game before, no problem. You're going to hit our text line. Boston Pizza text line at 762-555. And here is the question, okay? I've got 7 questions. Will Phil and Kirby together go over 5.5 right answers?
Oh, 5.5 is the okay. Let's see
So-
if we can do this.
Okay.
You can write in over if you think they're going to get more than 5.5 right, or under. And from all the correct answers, somebody will win passes to that Saturday afternoon spectacular at Great Outdoors Comedy Festival.
And we're a united front, Kirby and I. We got like a quiz night team here. Okay.
It's the only
Yeah.
way to do it, really, because some of these topics, depending, right, might be weaker for the other one. And, hey, we're all about culture in this building. So here we go with the team effort. Which musical act has made the most appearances on SNL?
I
It
have
could
a
be
guess.
a solo performer or it could be a musical act, okay?
Care
Trying to
take a
help you
stab?
out.
Do you know?
Well, I don't know for sure. I have
One
a
of you
guess.
has to guess. That's
Yeah.
the only thing.
Phil, you take this one.
Billy Joel.
No.
Okay.
You are on the right track, though. Paul McCartney.
All right.
Paul McCartney.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You know what, Phil? That was a very educated
Well,
guess. New York guy.
New York, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I just it
I
seemed
love
like
that.
the.
Okay, I think this one's an easy one. Who created Saturday Night Live?
I know. Do you want to?
Yes, please.
Lauren Michaels.
Yeah, Aubrey. Coming
Okay.
through. Coming through. Okay, what actor had the most consecutive years as a cast member? It's a multiple choice.
Oh, multiple
I'll
choice.
give you a multiple choice.
Yay.
What actor had the most consecutive years as a cast member? Was it A, Bill Murray, B, Chevy Chase, C, Daryl Hammond? One of you take this one.
I don't know. Curbs, you want to go?
Oh, my God.
Was it Bill Murray, Chevy Chase, Daryl Hammond?
I mean, I'm gonna take Daryl because that's your dad's name.
Yeah. Daryl Aubrey. Yeah.
Wow. Well, it was a good guess, Kirby.
Ah.
C on multiple choice questions got me through high school. So anyway, Daryl Hammond was so good at the characters over the years, if you
Yeah.
remember. You might not know him by name, but he was so good in the character department. Okay, 2 out of 3 so far.
Okay.
What is the name of the show's long-running sketch about news anchors and the news?
Weekend update.
Boom. Didn't even need Kirby on that one. This
Sorry,
kid
no,
is
That's
on fire.
okay. No, I mean, you're more into SNL than I am.
Okay, so that's 3 correct. Let's see what the over and under is on this one. What year did SNL premiere?
70s at some point, I think. Or was it the 80s?
Well, if you knew anything about the episode last night, It's simple math.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, 50. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. Are you making us do
Wow.
math? 1975.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yay.
Smoke coming from my head.
I thought that was a
I
bit
would
of
have
a
had
trick.
to use my
It
calculator.
was a bit of a trick, but I figured 25, add 25, one of you was going to get it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 correct. Okay. This martial arts actor hosted SNL in 1991, and the cast and crew thought he was hard to work with. Producer Lorne Michaels called him the worst host ever and actually banned him.
Steven Seagal.
Boom!
I've
I
heard
would
that.
have never guessed that.
I've heard that about him pretty much from everybody. so.
Okay. Well, what's that now? I guess that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is for all the marbles.
Okay.
Does this get you on the over? Because you got one wrong. You're 5-1. Last question. It's multiple choice.
Thank God.
The only cast member of Friends to never host SNL. Was it A, Matt LeBlanc, B, Matthew Perry, or C, David Schwimmer?
Kirby, you go. I have no idea.
Probably David Schwimmer because he has less personality.
Nope.
Oh.
Matt LeBlanc was the only cast member of Friends to never host SNL. He was the least of the biggest stars, actually.
Where is the
LeBlanc.
question about the Ashley Simpson lip syncing and all? Like, how I need more pop
you're
culture
getting
moments.
grief
You know what I
about the
mean?
questions, Joe.
This was hard. If I wanted hard questions, I go back to school. Okay.
Let's just take it for what it is. The under is the winner today. The under. Anybody that voted under. Not bad, though, guys. 5 and 2.
Thank
really.
God Phil had
was fun.
knowledge.
We'll throw those under guesses in the randomizer.
Sorry about the Ashley Simpson, the secondary of the Simpson sisters.
Philly Joe Kirby.
Philly Joe and Kirby.
Podcast.
The Philly Joe and Kirby Podcast.
25% of married women can't remember this about their relationship. Got the top 3 answers. 25% of married women cannot remember this about their relationship.
And women, I mean, men, there's such a, typically women are better about remembering stuff than guys.
And this is a quarter.
So 780 City, 780, 2484. Good morning.
Good morning. Can I have a lifeline, please?
Philly or Kirby?
Kirby, please.
I'm going to say they have a hard time remembering the date of their first date.
The date of their first date.
Like when they started dating.
That's a great answer, but not in the top 3.
Okay.
The date of their first date. That's awesome. That's very good. I bet you.
I can't remember the date.
No. Would you, Curbs?
No.
No.
That's a tough one.
Unless I kept, some people keep like their
Receipts.
ticket stub
If they
from
went
a
somewhere.
movie or a concert. Yeah.
Hi, City.
Hey, is it how much money their spouse makes?
No. 25% of married women can't remember this about their relationship. Remember this.
780 City. Hi there.
Hey, can I get a lifeline?
Philly or Kirby?
Let's go with Philly.
Phil, what do you think?
Let's say who their husband's best man was.
No.
That's a good guess.
No. I remember a buddy of mine's wedding. I was the MC, and I had the rest of the wedding party tell me to ixnay the best man because his speech was just god-awful terrible. It was going long, and it was embarrassing. And
God.
they didn't even put it in the wedding video. It was that bad.
Wow.
He was really...
I would have left it in the video.
He was roasting.
It's amazing how many disasters.
Like,
speeches.
you have one job.
Yeah.
Just stay sober for the love of
No,
God until after.
It wasn't the
dinner.
booze thing. It was...
You don't even have to be wasted to deliver
It
a
was
horrible
just some of the
speech.
stories that didn't need to be said.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Leave the cocaine stuff out of that speech. Hi, City.
Hey, I'm going to piggyback off Kirby's idea, their engagement day.
Not their engagement day, no.
Okay. Is it a date of any sort?
No, not really. It has some, first date is one of the things in the answers, but it's not the number one answer. 25% of married women can't remember this about their relationship.
780 City for Rockin' Thunder tickets. Go ahead.
Their wedding anniversary?
No. I'm going to give you one of the answers, okay? 25% of married women can't remember what they did on their first date with their spouse.
Oh, okay.
That's one of the answers. One of the top 3.
Good morning.
Good morning. We got any lifelines left, guys?
Yeah, we do. Right.
Yep.
How many, Joe?
3.
3. Philly or Kirby?
Ooh, let's go Curbs.
Curbs, what do you think?
They can't.
I got nothing this morning.
Yeah, this one's tough. They can't remember the name of their partner's first pet.
No.
I don't know.
Thanks, Curbs.
Thanks.
The partner would have to have a first pet for that.
Process of elimination.
Hello there. Go ahead.
Hi. Could I get a lifeline?
Sure, Philly
yeah.
or Kirby?
Philly?
25% of married women, Phil, can't remember this about their relationship. Listen, nothing to do with pets. I'm going to take that off the plate. And I did mention what they did on their first date. Okay, that's off the list too.
Let's say the location of first relations.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, my God. Stop.
Boys and girls, children of all ages.
No dude ever forgot.
Where they had their first smoochy coochie. 25% of married women can't remember where that happened. And also, the third answer was what they wore.
What they wore on that
date.
Yeah,
that'd be a tough one.
Oof, yeah.
Or what they weren't wearing, according to Phil's answer.
Yeah.
The Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
Have you guys seen this story about the anglerfish?
That's all I did all weekend, Kirby.
You grieved the loss of the anglerfish as well?
Yeah.
No, you referenced this off air, and Joe and I maybe it's because this sounds like did it go crazy on TikTok or maybe Reels?
It was all over the internet.
Just the internet in general. Okay, Joe and I both missed this though. So
it's been over a week. Apparently, this fish has been followed, right?
And how the hell have you and I missed this then?
Well, I don't know. I'm not a big fish guy, but I guess I was busy doing other stuff.
Would you get your ass?
The reason this story has become so viral is because it's like such a rare occurrence for this to happen. Because if you've ever seen an anglerfish, they are very jarring to look at. They're not the most prettiest fish.
Well, they look almost shark-like, right? With their when they open their mouths with the teeth from the picture I saw. But,
and they also have like an antenna that's on the top of their head.
Well, it looks like a nail is stuck right in the middle of their head, right? Like between their eyes.
And on that antenna or whatever the heck it is, it has a light on it, right? Because these anglerfish, live in the deep sea, like below sea level.
That's why it's rare, because they don't come up too often to the source of the water.
They
right?
have the look of a type of fish that would live way down at the bottom, and you don't really want to run into it. Yeah.
And I mean, I think there's one that makes an appearance in Finding Nemo, but this one, so the reason why the light goes on for them is because in the deep sea, they are able to attract prey that way because it's almost like a little flashlight on their head, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that this thing floated all the way up from the deep sea to the top, people were wondering like what happened, like what made it swim to the top. And obviously there's like a scientific reason for it, but the reason why everybody is sad, I mean not everybody, but I'm sad about it, is that like if you think about it, I think this is what has a lot of people like, with the Oz, is that the anglerfish has spent like most of its life in this deep, dark, ocean, a place of like isolation, and then it swam towards something brighter. Something like the light.
Well, that's
even though it wouldn't not survive the journey.
That's one of the things that people are talking about. But the bottom line is apparently it was injured, and because of that,
it floated to the top.
Floating to the top, right? Well, Phil has fish in an aquarium at home, and when they pass,
I was
Phil,
waiting for
hold on, Phil, this is it. I don't want to be the skeptic, but anybody who's had a fish, and I had a goldfish when I was a kid. I remember when it wasn't feeling so well. What did it do, Phil? it floated to the top.
They all do
so
that. It
Millions
sucks.
of people spent their weekend watching this fish float to the top and were
That's very
wondering
sad.
why and thought that because it wanted to see the sun.
The better
But
day.
it passed.
The light.
It passed.
A better day. It was hoping for a better day
So,
because it saw the light.
I really don't feel bad since February 5th that I wasn't following this
You
fish.
guys,
but,
you're not feeling the same way I am about it. That's not shocking, okay?
This is the Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
And a special guest in studio this morning. Good morning, Kevin Walker from the Bear Clan Patrol.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
I'd
And-
love to say, how long of a night it's been for you, but you've probably been going. You're like Mr. 23 hours out of 24.
Well, we like to be as noticeable in the community as we can. Obviously, we're not 24/7 right now, but if there's ever problems, we always go out.
Yeah.
And with the cold weather right now, you guys and other community outreach, and it's your job is more important than ever because I assume you're out always looking for people who are in need of help in this type of weather.
For sure. Right now, it's super important that all the outreach community groups are out and doing what they can to make sure our relatives have a safe place to stay and be warm.
And can I just say, I'm a big fan of what you guys do on social media as well. Like if there's somebody missing in the community, you guys do such a great job of getting the word out there right away. And that word gets spread really, really quickly so that we can help, find that person and reunite them with their loved ones.
For sure. And that's a lot of work is done by our partnerships with WPS and their missing persons. We send them the information that they need, and they send the information that we need to make our job easier and their job easier to find the people that we need to find.
Kevin,
sorry, go ahead,
I just
Joe, yeah.
wanted to ask, how long has Bear Clan been around? Because it'll be a new, some new exposure for some people, as well as the fact how crazy are the numbers getting?
It started in the 90s, went dormant, came back in 2015 with the finding of Tina Fontaine, and then from there we've managed to keep it going, and it's probably 10 years now.
Yeah, awesome.
And it's a very important project to have groups like that, like ourselves and other groups out there now that are doing the same work that we are.
Right.
It's making a difference in the city.
Okay, there's some current needs for Bear Clan Patrol. We want to get to that in a minute. But before we do that, our boss, Iron Mike, is in studio, and you have something you want to do for him.
Yeah, 92 obviously has been a huge supporter of the Bear Clan and community, as well as just myself over the years, always being something that you could turn to. Music's a huge factor in some of us that struggle. So we wanted to come here today to show our appreciation by gifting a jacket, a Bear Clan, official Bear Clan jacket that we got from Big White Ski Resort.
Wow.
They sent us a whole pile of them for our people. We had Linking Hope do the patches on it for us.
Nice.
So we're here to support 92 like they support us. So,
Mike, there you go. And Iron Mike, I'll tell you, he might as well be a member of Bear Clan Patrol. He's always in here talking about what you guys need, and it's very important and near and dear to his heart. So, wow, look at that coat.
Look at this.
Jacket.
Beautiful jacket.
Yeah.
Bear Clan Patrol.
Oh,
is
that's
the
very nice.
Speech, Mike.
insignia?
Speech, Mike.
Well, I just want to say that it's a beautiful coat, and doing the right thing is easy, but oftentimes we don't always do that. And our call letters are CITI, that's city. So it's kind of ironic that what we do is help this city look out for each other, and the Bear Clan does a great job of taking care of our own people, and they do it every single day, every hour of the day, and it's groups like Kevin's, the Bear Clan Patrol, and the people who support it, people who donate to it, people who volunteer with it, that are really making a difference on a day-to-day basis and helping take care of our own in this city. So thank you very much for the jacket. This is the easy stuff that we do in terms of supporting you guys. We'll do it as long as you exist, and thank you for coming by today. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, and we're not letting you go, Kevin, without there are some needs right now that you'd like to get out there for Bear Clan this time of year.
sure, yeah. With the weather the way it is right now, our biggest needs are mitts, toques, any warm clothing, blankets, things like that. Right now we're out from Wednesday to Sunday. Wednesday to Friday, 6 to 9, and then Saturday and Sunday, 1 to 4. And then throughout that is our missing persons initiative that runs 24/7. So
where do you want us to drop this stuff off? I know we can get to the website, but just in case.
419 Graham. It was probably be the downtown central location for most people, or you can drop it off at 190 Nindinaway, Disraeli. It's the Nindinaway Mac. It's our relative's place. Yeah, that's a great place too. I'd like to give a shout out to them. They're doing a fantastic job with housing people right now, especially in this cold weather. Low barrier shelter, people can get in, and that's the key right now, is just to make sure people aren't freezing in the bus shacks.
Perfect. And if you missed any of that, you can send us a text 762-555, and we'll point you in the right direction. Kevin, it's always great talking with you. Thank you for all the great work you do.
Jimmy Gwitch for having us.
For more Philly, Joe, and Kirby, log it into 92.1 City weekday mornings 6 to 10.